Mm. All right, dome time. Tree, tower tree. This damn village music. Like, I want the music to just be the zone music. I don't know. Hmm. All right, let's figure out where we are. Day in the life. Tart to Raleigh Tart. I'm gonna bore you with lengthy explanations. Let us head back to the farm we passed earlier. Yuppie's Halo, it is called. We can speak with one of the farmers when we arrive. Guess we're off to Yuppie's Halo. Umbral Static. Where is everybody? It's only week 3. Morning time. Uhav Mahusa. Most experienced farmhand. Well versed in farming techniques. Allowed this place to flourish. Oh my gosh, wow. Hmm. Speak with the farmers. So it is, which means we're connected to the outside world again. I guess when Zorulja invaded? Give the queen need guards. Why am I learning this? How they farm? Get a better understanding of their people and what they're doing here, I guess. The theme of Dawn Trail. Yeah, Koana would like this. What are your impressions? The Electrope is quite impressive. Electrope. Only seem mildly impressed, leads me to believe you experienced with even more marvelous technology. I'd love to hear your tales one day. What you think, Lamachi? Lamachi? What did you call me? Was that inappropriate? My apologies. I heard the others call you by that name and I thought... No, it's fine. As you said before, we've no need for titles and formalities. Getting a little too comfortable. As for my thoughts, I was very impressed. The machines could be used to overcome so harsh environment is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. The feeling is understandable, indeed. Many still find the machinery behind me baffling. The system that controls the distribution of water for the fields and livestock. It's been acting up lately, though. Acting up, you say? You needn't worry, McQueen. It happens fairly often. Simply, it's taken in water that has a strong lightning charge. I think some creatures have been charged up with the energy and they're releasing it into the river we use as a source. The system would return to normal if the creatures were dealt with. I'm reluctant to beg it to the army. Of the army. Of course. But it's too dangerous. Boom, boom. What do I even do with these? Mushroom. Hey now. Thank you, thank you. He thinks nothing of our safety, unlike Queen's Fiend. That's enough. He's never been the one to look after his people. Anyways, thanks for letting us tour the farm. Folk here are delightful. It was a pleasure to meet them. My people are my pride and joy. You're my precious family, all of you. But you'll forgive me if I'm not ready to lower my guard for the enemy queen just yet. A ruler is responsible for the welfare of countless lives, and one wrong decision can lead to untold suffering. Failure is unconscionable? Now, I believe we are done with the farm. Let's move on, shall we? How many slots do I really have in slot? On the cloud. Doom, 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 doom. Doo, 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 doo. Do you hear that?
What's happening over there?
It's nearly time.
Time. It's time to pay the price. Oh man.
I'm glad you could make it. Are you with us?
Questin has come to see you.
We're here, Namika. Everything is going to be all right.
Namika.
Oh,
Woke Lamau?
What's the matter, dear?
She literally just said Namika.
It can't be. That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
Is this the whole purpose of the bracelet?
You know her.
Or is there gonna be more to it?
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
Is it really you?
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her...
Namika, it's me. Wuklamat.
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end. Has she no more soul cells?
Soul cells?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
Doom, doom, doom.
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end.
What is dead may
Be
never
not
die.
afraid. Your memory will live on, in us.
Living on in memory. The Giants share a similar belief.
Wait, where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There we will ease her burden.
She ain't transported to the Neuralink.
I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
She was waiting for me.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer?
No.
We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
Who's Wuklamat's actual mother?
Let us give them some time alone.
And Gulu Jaja's wife. Or Zorolja's actual mother.
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
It's not the end.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
With what we can be reasonably certain of, perhaps. Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred. Specifically, the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a Void Gate, or even with the Crystal Tower. In essence, we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining. Which invites the question, how was such a feat accomplished?
I wish that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding. I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years, until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm. The barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's noxious influence.
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents, by means unknown.
In other words, Sphene's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
Who's transporting them? Oh?
But of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep.
Okay.
That tower over yonder. Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district, where you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs. Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zorolja resides.
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving you're not content to let Zorolja do as he pleases. But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here. I've come to avenge my father. And to do so, I intend to take Zorolja's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
A fair question. Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount. I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm. It is a ruler's duty. Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course. Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa, you might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
I'm afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
All the secrecy. Analyzing data.
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep, anyway. Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
Hey.
What? We were just with her. If this is some sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
Control the masses. Control the world.
How can you not know who she is? You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud.
5G.
Any person seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
She's in heaven now. She's not forgotten. They stored her. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Peppoin? We are in a different world. Of course you haven't heard or seen any of this. Speak with the people. Alright, that's a little OD. I'm so fresh to death. What? Why are we... What? We need confirmation? He literally just told us she's in the cloud. Why do we need to confirm this? What is it? Dorian. So it was the same for everyone, not a single person remembers her. Memories been purged from their minds. While such a thing might be done with magic, to alter the memories of so many people at once would be a tremendous undertaking. We would have felt a surge of aether corresponding to the act too. I sensed none in the moment. Neither did I, but I did notice something else. Right before Poyopon simply forgot, the light in the device on his head began to blink. Could there be a connection? Someone also said something about soul cells. But who might we ask about it? If we continued making such inquiries, I expect we only cause more confusion. Indeed, if we can't readily solve the mystery about Namika, perhaps we could search for Kasuya instead? Sphene said to try the Thunder Yards. I thought that's where we were going. To be in this direction. What the? Impossible. Another kind of mechanical soldier. It looks dangerous. Destroy it. Wow. Should we give chase? Sure, why not? I think it understood our words. It might be asked worthing questions. Hey, Val, you alright? You seem like you've seen a ghost. It's nothing. I'm fine. Well, it went off in the direction we're heading, so let's track it down. Surely that's not his mom? Guac away. What is this? Futuristic intergalactic. They know what Ronex are? Electropy. After lightning energy is absorbed in the electrocapacitor, it's transmitted into this power converter. Its function is to stabilize and distribute appropriate levels of energy to each household and facility. You look lost. Are you more of a visual learner? Let's pay a visit to the portion outside. What's that? Is this a electricity lesson? I didn't know you could mount with guests. It's the mailbox? That would be a bin. Right, so after lightning energy is allocated to the residential grid, it's utilized in a variety of ways, one of which is that tank here. Normally it's a receptacle for filtering rainwater, but using electrope to convert the lightning energy to fire. However, we can have hot water readily available at any time. Amazing, isn't it? Lastly, let's go have a look at the control tower just up the stairs. Electric hot water heater? These panels enable us to freely adjust each of the public utilities individually. The utility manager monitors the operational status of each facility, keeping an eye out for any problems. Not a glamorous job, but it's important work. Well, I think that covers it. Let's loop around back to the electrocapacitor. Electropity. Electropity. Oh glub, yeah that me. Oh man. Believe it or not, I'm not actually an engineer, just an apprentice. I was inspecting the capacitor while you arrived. You're able to help me brush up on my studies. Okay. Fucking nerd engineers. Nerd. South by Southwest. Tubers. Let's take some corn. Isn't corn? Yes, well, you just said it's the most versatile. But yeah, it's like you always want to choose corn, I think. I don't even know what I'm choosing for when I read the quest. They just wanted some produce. Just wanted something tasty? Cornbread. Tart. Cooking the dope with the crock pot. What is this tablet? Bleep bloop bleep bloop bloop bleep bloop bloop bleep bloop bloop bleep bloop bleep bloop bloop bleep bloop bloop bloop. Oh yeah, we're looking for the robot. I was wondering what the hell are they talking about? That voice, how could he hear that voice that far away? Guess it's a robot. It can project. What are these long pauses? I found it. It's going in the cave. Let's go. Northeast. Mines. Let's go. It's a trap. Boom bop bop. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Slightly walk. Slowly walk. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. We really needed a cutscene for that. Thunderbird. Turquoise. Be ready for a fight, everyone. I can hear them. Several people just ahead, up ahead. It's quiet. Too quiet.
What is this?
Ironville!
Guns up.
A trap?
It really is you!
LNG bro.
Huh?
Who?
I just had to get a look at you in the light. I can still hardly believe my eyes. But it is you, my darling Eldersphere!
My darling, what now?
Oh, it's so good to see you, my fussy little bun bun. But what are you doing here? What brings you all this way?
Fuzzy little bun bun.
Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
I'd know that laugh anywhere. Mother?
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird floating thing?
And what have we here? Say, aren't you Galul Jaja's kitten?
He's dead.
I knew I recognized that adorable fuzzy face. Ella Nespia was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play. You remember me, I hope?
Her voice is low for me.
I can't say that I do, but you know my father?
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, Kafkiwa.
I'm sorry?
Oh, this won't do. Come in. Friends of my Ella Nespia are always welcome.
All I ask is a little forewarning, but no.
Just when I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place, how are things still getting stranger?
Is that a radio? What? We're inside a place? Gone and forgotten. Let's hear what she's gotta say. It's so wonderful to meet you all. And the students of Baldessian. It's been a while since I heard that name. Dare I ask, the reason for your appearance? Well, this is just a body that I control remotely. I use this for our operations. We're members of a resistance organization, Oblivion, we call ourselves, and our goal is to thwart Zorojaw's ambitions for conquest. As a leader, it's prudent that I remain where I can't be easily found. I see, whimsical appearances notwithstanding, yours is a serious case. Right you are. Though, truth be told, Oblivion was founded for an altogether different purpose. And that is? As I expected, you've already noticed everything you see within this dome. The buildings, the people, the very earth beneath our feet is a fusion of two worlds. Stopping such a fusion was Oblivion's original mission. Then, does that mean you know who or what is responsible for it? I'm afraid not. This was a long time ago, and our mission statement has become more of a legend that's passed down to members. By the time we joined, our sole objective was stopping Zoroja. But we failed to do that. Now he's taken his army outside the dome. None of you wear those strange devices on your heads. Does that have something to do with your work? Interlink. You mean this? It's a regulator, the pinnacle of technology. We don't wear it as indeed in relation to our operations. What exactly does it do? Allow me to explain. Regulators have two primary functions. The first, as the name suggests, is the regulation of the wearer's reserve of souls. Should they die, the regulator expends a soul to bring them back to life. Reserve? You mean people walk around carrying spare souls? They do. Souls are packed in cells and they can be used to replenish the life force that is lost due to sudden death. Such as in accidents, they do nothing for those who die of old age though. Distribution of soul cells is based on one's work evaluation to encourage exemplary performance when fulfilling their duties. Souls as a common resource in payment for services rendered. Seems fair. The Voidsent practice of consuming others for their aether comes to mind, and similarly, I expect that the act comes with some Who's that? What's this? They need to show her tip her fedora. Does it dilute your sense of self? Who am I? That is prevented through memory management, a process in which regulators also play a role. Memory management, then the reason everyone forgot Namika's existence. The regulators are constantly recording the memories of their wearer, so if they should suddenly die, their memories can be refreshed as part of the restoration process. This is how they preserve one's identity and sense of self. However, the regulators are also triggered when someone else dies. Reason being is that regulators forcibly extract memories relating to the deceased from anyone wearing one. No one's ever died. What would say do such a thing? It's a kindness bestowed upon the people of by Everkeep's core system, so that no one has to suffer the pain of loss. So this is what it is meant by their memories being in the cloud. Indeed, all memories of the deceased are wiped from the minds of the people and archived in the system. It's a frightening function of the regulators and an integral step in soul cell production. Okay, this is how they do things here. Surely we're not going to intrude and try to force them to stop doing this, because it's not how we do things. You see, when a person dies of natural causes, their soul is temporarily housed within the regulator. It's then delivered to a facility where memories are separated from the soul. The result is a fresh soul, free of impurities, ready for distribution and consumption. Yeah. Meanwhile, the memories are stored in the core system to be remembered forever. And this is why people are happy here. On its surface, it's similar to the Yakoi philosophy, but I see nothing noble or comforting in it. Well, it doesn't seem so terrible to me personally. All comes down to what you're used to, I suppose. That's what I'm talking about, Geo. Different worlds, different things. Don't intrude, Alice, eh? Like the barrier encasing Alexandria, this system was created to overcome the calamity that transformed the world hundreds of years ago. Amidst the mounting death toll, scientists used electropy to devise a means to save what lives they could so that the nation could endure. I understand the people of Alexandria did what they believed was best to save their people. I just find it hard to believe that Turali would accept all this way of living. It came as a shock to you as well. In fact, a great many were opposed to it. Which is why the use of regulators was never compulsory. People have always been free to go without them if they so wish. Sphene didn't strike me as the sort of ruler to impose her will on the others. Ah, so you've already met. He's the one who suggested we come to the Thunder Yards in the first place. She also said she wants to help us stop Zorojan. Awfully kind of her to point you in my direction and to speak so candidly as well. Whatever her motive, she has given the people a choice, live with the risk of the truth. death or the security of the regulators. Everything that lives must someday die. That is the natural order of things. It says who? Who sets those rules in Erinville? What is the natural order? Quite right, but however you feel about them, it would be easier to understand what the regulators are capable of if you saw it for yourself. Haven't we seen it? I know just the person to show you, and as luck would have it, they should be starting work right about now. What are we going to see exactly? Just say it. Well, whatever. La di da di da di da. They got a gun. Battle strategy? Here's the town. We just have to go up and down. Strike here, and then strike there. Hope he listens. They got a lot of guns. Nostalgia. Oh, I thought she was saying nostalgia. Wait, I don't get it. Nostalgia. Okay. Oh, right here. Twinsies. Wait, Alpha Noah and Alice are here. Say hi to the twins. Twins on twins on twins. I thought I could fly. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. No one's asking you to accept it, Alice. Strika, one of her hunters. Defense sentry. You gotta read the TOS before you accept. What you want? Sorry. Show us. But they aren't wearing anything. It's too dangerous to be here without one. What if they're struck by lightning or attacked by a beast? I don't think I can stop lightning strikes. They're weak to lightning. Some good there, huh? But these facilities are vital to upkeep. Hunters, fiends, given the danger, will well compensated for our work. It's a perfect profession for anyone looking to build up savings. A special selector of souls for hunters isn't terrible either. Oh, you get some souls as a hunter. Brought this lot here to see the danger you speak of. Show us. It's my second time asking. Not sure I understand, but I suppose we should each slay what we can. A fussy little bun bun. What is this? This one will do nicely. It's fine, really. I faced worse. Just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. I don't like the looks of this. Let us help. Oh no! Look out! Close your mouth. "12 preserve." He needs healing. Didn't we literally just do a dungeon where we've seen this? And we've seen Zuroja do it too. Close your mouth. That was embarrassing. The bastard caught me off guard. You mad? Seriously, let us help. I told you not to worry. This will only take a moment. Heat grazer. Engage. Red mode. Just like Zuruja. Oh. Come on, let's get out of here. That's also a function of the regulator. I think I understand now how Zorolja was able to return from the dead and defeat Papa, but I'm not sure what we saw at the end there. As soon as the regulator turned red, it was as if you were possessed. Your movements became beast-like. Don't tell me, you empowered yourself with the soul of a beast? I'm reminded of the Serpentine soldier we encountered at Vanguard who did the same. You've come across with one of the king's elite. Such a form can only be achieved from gorging yourselves on souls. You could do the same in theory, but it's incredibly dangerous. Besides, it's not as if they allow hunters to carry that many souls to begin with. Well, I should be getting back to work. Take care. And there you have it. Regulators can be loaded with two kinds of souls, those of peoples and those of beasts. Souls of people can be used to grant the user preternatural strength. Naturally, they can also be used to ensure no one suffers an untimely death. And what about the souls of beasts? They work much in the same function, imbuing you with the strength of the chosen animal. If, for example, you use the soul of a wolf, you would grow more agile and feral, as you saw with Strika. Using several of the same type at once, however, would result in physical changes. Your teeth might become fangs, your nails, claws, too many, and you'll become more beast than man. The snakes. Changing one's form through the souls of other beings becomes more and more reminiscent of Void Scent. Yet unlike the Void, where the cycle of death and rebirth is simply broken, souls here are forcibly taken before they might reach the ethereal sea, different means to achieve similar ends. A cycle to which all within the dome are bound. This is wrong. This is all wrong. It is indeed hard to accept, being so far removed from our own beliefs. No, it's not hard to accept. This is a different place. They do different things. Perhaps more shocking is that the technology to achieve all this was developed hundreds of years ago. Civilizations and their reflections are surprising indeed. Moisturized. Suddenly blue quests. Oh my god, Graha Tia just mentioned Emmett Selk. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, we all have our thoughts of souls. For now, the important thing is we know what power Zorja has at its disposal. It is one thing to separate corporeal aether from incorporeal aether, but to strip memories from the souls entirely is unprecedented technology. This is no longer only to Liola's concern. With this newfound power, Zorja has become a real threat to the entire world. Indeed, he has to be stopped, no matter the cost. Oh, what the hell? The worth of a soul. In there. I trust you've gained insight into the use of souls in Alexandria. Shocking, I know. I was overwhelmed myself at first. I expect you'll need some time to digest it all. But for now, let's head back to the Earth and Sky. This rate is something I want to discuss with everyone. Let's take a moment before we head to the tunnel. Let's talk about it. Why they got me going all the way back here? Yeah, let me do this. Come on. Oh my lordy, lordy, lord. what time is it? Let's see. How the hell did you get here? When I first hearing the rumbling of a stomach coming from within this dome, I mistook it for the roar of thunder. Alright, that's a bar. I'm afraid. Popcorn. Pop them kernels. Doing. Want to improve combat functionality? Go to the Thunder Yards. Auntie knows best. Oh, Charlotte, what am I going to do with you? Majesty's guests, you enjoy the place. Woman in charge of the very farm just left the wilderness without a bodyguard. And she was investigating something. Last I heard, she was waking up at the hill in the east. Make sure she's alright. Thank you. Shetona. Oh, Shalausi. Why'd they ask you to find me? Cheer me on. I'll go back, go to the place and cheer on me again. I was talking. You can't do it. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow road. Go. I dodged lightning bolts. Wait, what? Is this Final Fantasy X? I'm just noticing. I forgot the Final Fantasy X zone with the lightning. Okay. What the hell am I doing? Whoa! Rip him to shreds! Gods be good, that was my soul cells. I could have really died there. Thanks for your help, by the way. So, what brings you out here in the middle of nowhere? Your auntie's worried about you. Auntie sent me after me? That makes two people who just saved my life then. Would you mind coming with me to see her? I want to know that I'm safe and grateful besides. Okay. Why are both of these quests saving somebody? I ain't a hero. Wait, what? Where am I going? I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Welcome back, dear. Can't help rescuing the poor, reckless girl. You're not a child anymore, Shallow. Act your age. Now, what do you say to the kind stranger save your life? I know I've already told you once before, but thank you, truly. I'm Shalowsi. I'm in charge of Yuppie's Halo. To tell you the truth, I'm still learning how everything works. I used to be an electro engineer, but for some reason the government reassigned me. Now I'm not Kempe, the farm's coin keeper, or a resident nag. Depending on who you ask, might we get your name, hero? Boy Wonder. Rolls off the tongue, don't it? That's a name you don't best not forget, Shiloh. You'd be dead were it not for him. Now, why in the world would you leave the safety of the outskirts all by yourself? You've been acting so strangely of late. Clear you're hiding something, so what is it? There really is no getting past you, as they found out explaining, but you have to keep it a promise, a secret for now. Alright? The truth is, I noticed that the farm's harvest has been shrinking year over year. I can't for the life of me figure out why. The staff are all doing great work, and as a former engineer, I can say for certain that the equipment is all in proper working order. I even checked the pylons, and their readouts was totally normal. I know there's a problem, and the longer we wait, the worse it'll get. In a few years, the crops may stop growing entirely. Something has to be done. Well, it sounds serious, and I appreciate you taking the initiative to solve it, but I worry about you, Sarah. I can't have you putting your life in danger. She's a baddie, by the way. Would you be willing to help? Huh? As an outsider, your idea of normal is sure to be different from ours. I reckon a fresh set of eyes might spot something we can't. She's right. Would you please help? Okay, anything for you. Right then, that's all settled. The meal. Sweet auntie fixes some fresh veggies. That should have gave us a well-fed or a food buff. Traditional Tanawatan cooking. Yuppie's dirt. Alright, time to get started. I suppose I've already started. You wanna know what I mean. First things first. Let's take a look. If you see anything out of the ordinary, let me know. There's something else I want you to discuss. It's a personal favor to ask you. It's concerning Shiloh. She was born after the land's fusion, you see. And her parents, well, none of us can remember them. The townsfolk have all done their best to look after her, but I suspect she may struggle with things she doesn't feel she can talk about. Us about. Her reassignment by the government, for instance. For an outsider like you, however, I suspect she may be willing to open up. Perhaps you can find a quiet moment during your investigation to talk to her. Thank you. Your help is much appreciated on both accounts, of course. Now run along and don't forget, you're to meet up with her at the Southern Bridge. There you are. Auntie really taking your ear off, didn't she? While I spare you my idle chit-chat, you walked these fields with Her Majesty, right? What was your first impression? Be honest and don't hold back. Any little critique might help. Location doesn't seem ideal. This is one of the farms? What? I didn't realize that was an issue, but now that I think of it, the place used to get a lot more sunlight in the past. That's why it's called Usulani after all, where the clouds dry in the Shitona tongue. It's only thanks to electro technology that the farm has survived this long, especially those pillars at the center of each field. They're a true godsend, converting lightning energy into not just water, but also fire to stave off the cold and earth to replenish the soil. They were the first thing I thought to check, but they're perfectly functional. Still, you have a point. This isn't exactly prime farmland. Perhaps there's an underlying problem with the soil that can be mitigated with our tech. In that case, I say we roll up our sleeves and examine the fields more closely. I'll take the east side, so west is all yours. Yosh. Great, if you spot anything out of the ordinary, just give me a shout. Likewise, if... Yeah. Oh, yes. Wall! We're being walled! muffled crackling sound underneath. Oh man. I've escaped all the fields. Oh, I'll be. There it is. Sounds to me so it's coming from deep underground. I'm impressed you caught it with those little ears of yours. What? So, should we start digging? My ears are large enough. Alright. You know, the soil feels a little too warm. And what does that smell? Mushrooms? Ah, I found something. It's a box and some sort of measurement device. That's enough cackling for me. Now let's see what's inside the box. Papers. Someone's report, it looks like. What's written? Xiao Laosi from Yupi. Concerns about toxic X-ray infestation. It's her own notes? Or no? From Yupie. Yupie? The Yupie? How does the farm's founder know my name? And why would they pen me a letter? Okay. What is going on here? I write to you regarding my concerns for the future of this farm and as well as their potential solutions. This farm survives by the mercy of its technological support, but if the same crops are planted again and again over a sustained period of time, there's a chance the yields will weaken. I don't believe it. That's precisely the problem we're having. This is a brilliant discovery, Guy. I need to sit down and read everything that's written here. Will you go tell Auntie? So you just need to change the crops? Put the same ones all the time? The Yupe. Is it from 30 years ago? But again, how would she know about Shaolacy? Shoo-shoo. Skr-skr. Where's Shallow? A letter with a name. Memories in the cloud. Let's make life for ourselves out here. What do they call us? Even baby Shallow. Interlake. Turns out Yuppie was a Shitona woman, and apparently she's also a mother. She had to hide it. Where'd it go? Solution 9. The Tanawata and the Shitano used to be sworn enemies. Then some king Gulu something or other mended the rift between the two peoples, and they came to share the land peacefully. This all happened before Auntie was born, so who knows how many decades ago that was. Gulu dot dot, gulu dot dot. So they emigrated to UUP's Hope. But apparently Solution 9 is this high fashion town or something. Like Yulmore, I guess, in a way. Where am I going? Kahuepia? Truly a sight to behold, isn't it? I hope someday I get to use one to train things like the old days. She's glad to have me with her. Uh-oh, Kurenai. Be careful. She better have a thing, I don't even remember what it's called. The weekly stuff. Deliveries? Gifts? Collectibles? Here we are. Land fuse. Now to retrieve Yubi's device. I think she said it's in the building here. Storage cupboard, bottom shelf at the very back. Ah. Here we are. Apparently the special transformer has already been attuned to the familiar farm's pillars. It should force the exo-rays out into the open. You remember what I told you before about how the pillars converted the power of lightning into nutrients to help the soil, and the exo-rays in turn steal those nutrients for themselves? This device will halt that conversion, funneling a massive energy current straight into the ground. In one fell swoop, the beasts will be deprived of their food source and given a nasty shock besides. To escape the shocks, they'll have no choice but to form fruiting bodies and burrow to the surface. That's when we strike, or at least that was Yuppie's plan at anyway. Isn't she incredible? She realized our soil was at risk of attracting fungi, so she planned out a detailed countermeasure decades in advance. I can scarcely believe someone as middling as me could have a mother so brilliant. Expose! I was told you couldn't remember your parents. It's true, I can't, but I found some sort of official document together with the rest of the report. It states that upon Yupe's death, her daughter was to be given full control of the farms once she reaches adulthood. Now I've come of age, and I've been put in charge of the farm. What else am I supposed to think but that she must be my mother? Feels like something from a storybook, the tale of a humble villager who was, in truth, the descendant of a great hero. Alright. But Yupe is no work of fiction, she was real, and she walked these lands just as I do now. When I was first reassigned to Yupe's Halo, I thought there must be some mistake. Why me, when there were surely countless others more capable? I still haven't found my answer yet, but if one thing's for certain, it's this. I won't let her legacy wither and die on my watch. Oh, so maybe their ways aren't what they should do. Take that device off. At least now we've got a tentative solution for the farm's X-ray infestation. Let's head back to the outskirts and set about putting Yupe's plan into motion. You know something? I think I've come to understand why she hid the device all the way out here. I think maybe now that I'm a woman grown, she wanted me to see what's become of the life we once had. Just a theory of mine. Yes, you are grown. Oh, teleports. Thanks for walking me. I'll see you when you get back. Is that it? Oh. All that she carried. Would never imagine you're the founder's daughter. Same thing you're choosing someone like you. Remember my mother? Qualified, but at least I can solve this one. Evicted those unwanted tenants. Once you're ready to get your hands dirty, one thing we'll need. For forever's sake, here I thought she was worried about something serious. If anything, we relieved local was chosen for the role. She'll grow into it in no time. I appreciate your help. Please be careful. What else does she want? Let's go get those bugs, burrowing, whatever things. Okay. This is the best blue quest in a while. I don't know, that last zone, I was really out of it. I just really couldn't get into a lot of the stuff. So maybe they were good and that was just me. We didn't have a lot of the Native American kind of people quests in that zone. There was just a very small tidbit. I'm wondering, are they going to be the Beast Tribe or something? Mushrooms! Mushroom crickets. What the? Slice and dice. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da-ba-da. Ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Moshi Moshi? You're incredible. You don't even sound out of breath. What the? Keep forgetting this is a game. You don't even have a regulator, and you did all that? What the? I really owe you, Glide. With any luck, the X-Rays should be well and truly exterminated. There is now the matter of changing the soil, of course, and taking measures to prevent infestations, but thanks to you, the Halo is on the road to recovery. More? Halo, dear, do you still have misgivings about your reassignment? Oh. None of us are upset by the idea of you taking charge of the Halo. The only thing that matters is how you feel about taking up the position. This isn't the life you want. It's not too late to change your mind, you know? She'll do it, and you pays on her. Thanks, Auntie. But I think I'll just be fine. It's always been my dream to give back to the community that raised me. The way I see it, I've just been given a more direct opportunity to do so. I need a little time to come to terms with it, that's all. When I was walking to Yusani Station with Glide, I remember that I used to make the same trip with someone else, Yuppie probably. I think she used to tell me stories of her homeland. She built this farm so that our people could survive in the outskirts, but I don't think that was ever her dream. Deep down, I think what she wanted more than anything was to build Teshpiani and the station. That's a dream I'd like to see realized, and it can't be done if I'm content to stay here in the outskirts. I don't know for sure what my next steps will be, but I have a lot of ideas. Oh dear, should the Coin Keeper be concerned? I wonder. Now then, Glide, if it weren't for you, we may not ever have gotten to the bottom of this mystery. At the risk of repeating myself, thank you. You've helped us more than you'll ever know. And I actually really enjoyed our little trip to the station. Me too. Next time I have business out there, you'd better clear your schedule. Yes, ma'am. Alrighty then, I believe that is a good stopping point. Where is she though? Is she on the farms or she's probably over here? Gotta use these wolf marks. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. This is where she was, no? No, I'm lost. This all looks the same. But yeah, this is where she was. So she's not here anymore. And that's where Auntie was. Okay. Yes, they were here. Alright, but yeah. Gotta wait for the combination to get more of her. But yep, that is it for now. I am peacing out. We continue to discover the power of the regulators and electropy. Figure out how to stop this